What the hell happened?
Okay, don't yell at me. Don't yell at me.
I'm waiting to yell at Edgar, but he
Bro,
hasn't
just
been
chill,
answering his
bro.
phone.
Bro, just
I'm
chill.
not chill right now.
Alright, what are you doing right now, bjorn?
I'm driving back to Polito. I just went in the city to get
Alright,
some
yeah,
food.
come
I've been
back.
hammering boards
Okay,
on the house.
I also need some food. Do you have
I
extra?
got extra. I'll be there in a
Alright, I
few.
just woke up. Alright,
All right.
see ya.
What the hell happened, Delver?
Okay, so you were there for the first two. Okay.
Yeah?
The third one didn't go so good.
This is why I said damn fire extinguishers.
Okay, we had the bucket of water ready. Someone was like, "Don't worry, I got the watering can ready. No problem. I got this taken care of." First thing they do is pick it up so no one else can grab it, and then they just run into the fire and get lit on fire. So, TLDR, Edgar is banned from the property, and so are all of his friends. They're not allowed here. Okay. He did apologize. I had a talk with him. What else happened? Oh,
What caused the thing to catch on fire or blow up or whatever? What happened? Like, what were they
I'm trying to
doing? I
recall.
heard
Well, it
some
was
guy
okay.
lost an arm.
Yeah, that Father Mort guy. I don't know who. Let's talk somewhere else.
Let's go in the bunk bed house.
How could be a narc? I don't know.
Everybody's.
Whoa. Whoa, it's different now. Ooh, cool. Okay, so basically,
This is.
oh, good to know.
I run into fire.
Honestly, I don't entirely remember. It was kind of a similar that we got less information than the second time. The second time there was like the whole thing where we found out that about the other orb and stuff. Found out there's two other ones, I think. This time it was there. It's the orb was like being weird and it was like looping information and stuff, and it was like repeating stuff you and I both said to the orb the previous days and stuff like that.
Wait,
Like I
so
think they were
that
losing.
did that like confirm that like it's a weird time thing?
Um, I don't know. I think maybe they just weren't like focused or something. I wasn't trying to interfere too much. I was just letting them do it. I don't know. A lot of his friends were kind of distracted and stuff, and Father Mort got burned pretty early, and they kept like trying to go forward. But I think Father Mort was the only one who's probably like the most focused on it, and I guess Edgar, which probably matters. Let me think. I don't know. They just like kept trying to like ask the orb to like reach out to Fred or something, and it wasn't working. We might have heard like maybe like Aaliyah
Activated
again or
snitch
something,
mode.
but we didn't really get any significant information out of the orb. It was just doing stuff. It was like repeating information that like I said maybe a previous day, or just like it was repeating like you saying, "Is this thing working?" a few times or
So you
something like
like
that.
heard us talking to it?
Yeah.
So that means it is like a weird time thing because whenever
I
you
think that's
like hear stuff, you don't. It's
yeah.
not in the present.
Well, I don't know if it's just like a direct stream to the orb, or if the orb is like if it like kind of, it's like an algorithm. You know what I mean? So maybe it just like took stuff that it heard and then set it back. But maybe like
Maybe.
it's not time. It's not a time thing, or maybe it's both. I don't know.
Oh god.
Regardless, is I think it's like a search engine where you have to have a good search, or you're just gonna get shitty results, kind of thing. And I don't think they had a good search.
Damn.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah, so Father Mort got burned first. You know how the orb lights on fire and stuff that happened, and
Yeah.
someone ran into it. Then the person with the watering can, I was like, "Put the fire out with the watering can," and then they just ran into it. They were goofing around too much. They were playing too much, and then it kept getting crazier because they kept trying to like push it or something, and then the fire got bigger, and then it just kept growing. And then I think the bomb under the stairs blew up because the fire kept getting crazy. And then oh, basically the house lit on fire, TLDR, and people came in to save us. Some of them were marshals, and some of them, Edgar and Jay Hobbs and them, were screaming, "There's a bomb in the house," when the marshals were rescuing us. But
Oh God.
I don't think they were on duty, and honestly, I don't think they care.
Okay.
I don't think that's gonna matter. Yeah, the main things is I've just been telling people it's been a barbecuing accident. Like the fire got out of control.
Dover,
'Cause
I'd
it's
feel
probably
more comfortable about this conversation if you were in your Polito core outfit like us.
Yeah.
okay, fine. God.
So valid, Bjorn. So valid.
Unbelievable, this guy.
Okay.
What is on your face?
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do
It's
I
a-
mean?
It's a cool mask. What do you mean? What's on my face? I've worn this before.
It doesn't even cover up your nose or mouth. Is that can that
That's
even
part
be
of it.
considered a mask? I feel
Fine,
like
I'll put
that's
the other
like
one on.
I feel like
Jeez.
that's like a precursor for a mask. It's got to cover up your nose and mouth.
I'm like, what's the point? That's just like a silly hat.
Yeah. An orb chamber. She's building like the old room that we used to have at the below the comic hall. She's trying to like remake it.
God,
Much better. Well,
you just
it
don't get
was
me
better.
sometimes.
You
Jeez.
can't say that, Bjorn. He's going through a phase.
Don't get me
Oh,
sometimes.
whatever. All right, back to the story. The marshals didn't care about them yelling bomb.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance that we just get added to like some, because the marshals, like, imagine like the gang in Scooby Doo or something. They're kind of like that. So it's possible that like, actually, I guess the best way to describe the marshals is apparently they look into the police, but in my experience, they don't do a lot. And also, like the people who like just go to the lighthouse. Like they just go there, like they're not really,
Yeah.
no one invited. They just kind of show up.
Yeah.
The marshals are like that, but they're police.
Oh, they just show up.
Yeah, they're like the same people who would go to the lighthouse for stuff and get stirred up into things, but they're police.
Okay, okay.
But it's like the same people. They just became marshals or something. I'm pretty sure. Now now they get paid for it or something.
Interesting.
Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, so what was I thinking? What was I gonna say? Oh yes, we're not saying that there's an orb, and we're not saying that there was a fire because of an orb and a seance, because the orb's connected to this faceless organization, and like a lot of people like really are curious about them, and apparently they're like dangerous. So like I'm pretty sure Edgar's wrapped up in some shit with them. I mean, I'm pretty sure like when I was sitting at when I was at the house, they were like after both Lang and Edgar. But I just think they don't like Lang, and I think Edgar's like doing their bidding or something. I don't know if it's optional though.
Trey was saying that Michael seems to know a lot about him too.
Oh. Yeah, maybe we should ask about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Well, the thing is though, like we have the fucking orb, so if we wanted to, we could just like book a day to ponder the orb and probably just listen to them, to be honest. Thing is, I don't know how much I mean, we probably should. I don't know how much I necessarily care about them. But what I do know is a lot of people do, so we probably shouldn't tell them we have like a secret device, I guess,
Absolutely.
where we can just listen to them.
That's why we gotta tell like Edgar once we get the house fixed. We gotta tell him like we don't know where the orb is or it was destroyed.
Yeah, here's my idea. Well, first of all, I think Edgar, like, I don't really trust him or his friends at the house. I mean, they were like putting boards up, acting like almost like taking responsibility for the, which is not the worst. I don't think they feel bad though. I think they're just like, it
They
seems
just
like they're
want the
meddling, like they
orb.
care too much. It seems like they want the orb, or maybe they're considering it. Yeah.
Well, like from what Trey was saying, it sounds like Edgar's like going, he probably realized how much power the orb has and he wants it for himself, so we gotta be
100%, yeah.
careful.
He was talking to me a lot about the orb, like even before he came here for the seance. He's really curious about it. Yeah, so he wants tomorrow. tomorrow he wants to. He was telling us that he wants to do like an open. He claims that he feels bad, so he wants to like offer us another house to move into. Okay, I think he
Yo,
wants
the
to
Wits,
show
thank you for
us,
the
like,
follow.
do a
Seven
house
Raven, thank you for
reveal
the
where
follow.
he's like, here's your new place that you can stay at while you fix your house or something. But he was also, the way he was talking to Eve and I, it sounds like he wants us to eventually move the orb to that house, which is obviously not happening.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I had some ideas for that, but
Yeah,
I
we
think,
definitely can't trust
at the very
him.
least, we should get the tour because I think it'll be cool. But I don't think we should
Okay.
trust them.
We can just
don't know
act
how
like
much-
we're gonna stay there, but we're definitely not moving the orb.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No,
We should
like regardless we're moving it here.
crazy requests to like move in. Like Bjorn should ask for like 10
Ooh,
fridges.
This can be payback for all the requests he had for your house in Grapeseed.
That's true. Yeah, that'll be good.
Bjorn should ask for like 10 fridges, one for every meal of things, but like your like dinner and your lunch can't touch.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Bjorn, what if you just use this for like food requests and the fridges have to be stocked every day?
They were supposed to bring me a bunch of snacks on that one day that they were coming and they didn't. So I'm going to get a notepad and make a big long request list for them.
You need to get like his gang or whatever to like show up and like serve you the food when you're sitting at the table.
Ooh, yeah. Like you used
That'll
to
be
do
good.
for us at ICC.
That'll be good, yeah. You just need like a really long table with one seat at the end that you sit at. And the rest is just filled with food.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're gonna move the orb here into the basement. But also, I think in that house where the orb used to be, we should put like a safe on a table or something, and we just put like a light bulb in it that glows a little bit so they think it's still there. Just in case they try anything.
Good
you know?
idea, yeah.
So it's on their mind that it's in there. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I don't
like
know
this
when
house.
they want to do the tour.
Yeah, I feel like we should still refer to this house as the bunk bed house and then let nobody else in it.
Yeah.
And right now, man, super trendy.
Oh, also apparently like Bobby Beldrum knew about that we were doing a seance or some shit like that. Edgar kind of described it like he did. But I asked him about it the other day. And I think just one of the previous days that we were doing it, he was there when someone got burned, like outside, and I think someone probably just kind of casually told him one of those days, and not the crazy day. So I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in some feud with Edgar, but I don't even think it was directly related. Edgar just brought it up. He's like, how many people did you tell?
Yeah, I've been trying to call Edgar, but he hasn't been answering.
Oh. Yeah, he was around yesterday. I don't know. Originally, I just told him, like, we'll do stuff on Tuesday.
Okay.
Like, his thing. But yeah, I talked to him, like, literally the next day. And I kind of explained to him that, like the orb's kind of none of your business, basically. Because he was saying, well, what were we going to do about our orb? And I was like, it's not your orb, man. There's no us.
Yeah, we're gonna have to keep.
I mean,
Trey
I
brought
feel
up
like I got the
also
point
like
across to him, but,
if
yeah.
we like keep him from the orb, he could get violent over it.
He might.
I mean, that much power,
big-
people
big
get
plot
violent
point.
over.
Big plot point. Okay, so
Let's
Trey
go
woke
chat now?
up
Hell
right
yeah.
before we were about to do the seance on day 3, the final day. And they were all at the front door, like just talking. And then Trey walked up like the stairs, and then I ran to him and I was like, "What's up, Trey?" And he's like, "Why are you guys so loud? I'm trying to play Throne and Liberty." And I'm like, "We're doing a seance, man." And he's like, "What the fuck?" And then I don't know, we were just talking, and then I was like right next to Trey here, and they were at the front door. They didn't hear me, like for sure. And then I was like, I don't know. Trey was like, "What are you gonna get out of this?" And I was like, "I'm gonna get his kidney. I want Edgar's kidney." That's what I said. And then when they were talking to the orb doing the seance, the orb repeated me saying that to them.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that Edgar, we were
How'd
all in
he
like the
take that?
ICU. Well, he was asking me about it in the ICU. Well, immediately on the spot when the orb said that, J-Hobbs pulled out a gun, and Edgar was like, "What the fuck does that mean?" And I was just kind of like, it's not as serious as it sounds. We'll talk about it later. That's what I said.
Shit.
And then that's what I told him in the hospital too. And then the next day, when I was like confronting him about like the house burning down and how I'm mad at him and stuff, when I got rid of all the stuff in his room at the other place, 'cause he still lives there. Yeah, he kept asking me about it, and I was like, you know what? At this point, I don't even know if I want to tell you now, Edgar, because I don't know if you deserve to know what this big secret. And then I kind of just told him, I was like, listen, man, yeah, I did tell Trey I wanted your kidney, because Trey said I should try and get something out of this, and I was like, yeah, I want his kidney. Then he was like, why do you want my kidney? And I was like, well, I mean, do you want to know, Edgar? And then I just kind of told him that, like, hey, listen, man, if I ever get your kidney, it's gonna be because like you willingly gave it to me, okay? So don't worry about it. And then I think he was satisfied with that answer, but he's also a little confused. But
Damn, I can't believe the orb betrayed you like that.
the orb kind of betrayed me, yeah.
Yeah.
So don't talk to about important things next to the
Gotcha.
orb.
Yeah. We got any important stuff we have to talk about in this house now.
Well,
For now.
for now.
Well, shit.
Yeah, so that all happened. Yeah, the things tomorrow. He wants to show us the house. I guess we could pretend to move in, but I don't think we should move the orb there.
Yeah,
Oh, I
no
had this
way.
idea.
We're moving it.
I had this idea. I don't know if it's possible, but I think maybe it is. We'd have to ponder the orb for a while to figure this one out. What if, like, I was thinking about this. I don't know if they even will try to, like, steal the orb at all or do anything like that, but just because of what it is, and he's been very curious, I would assume that there's probably, like, someone at some point who may consider stealing the orb. And it's probably most likely him, right, or his group.
Yeah.
What if, like, the hell's in the backyard? Is that Tao? What if, like, we do some ritual on the orb and we create an illusion orb?
Well, you mentioned like putting
then-
a light bulb in the safe thing.
Yeah, but what if we, like, do some magic on the normal orb through the orb, and then we make, like, an illusion orb, and then Edgar thinks that's the real orb that can hear stuff, but then we talk to him through the real orb, through the illusion orb. Like, we bind a fake orb to our real orb, and then we just, like, give him mysterious orders.
I
at
mean,
his
that
house
would
when
be
he thinks he has the
sweet.
real orb.
Because then also we could use that orb to spy on him.
Yeah, but then
if
could
we
be
got
like,
that
what
much-
is your full name, person who is talking to me, the orb, right now? Then he'd be like, I'm Edgar, or we'll find out who, like, actually took the orb, right? And then we'll be like, okay, Edgar, haven't heard this name before, very strange. And then we just, like, have him do ridiculous stuff, you know, to, like, really show him. And then maybe one day we'll, like, eventually be like, it was us all along, you fool.
Who the hell's gonna program an orb for us, though? Do we got anyone that knows how to do that?
No, we would do magic into the orb. We would do it
You know how
our-
to do that kind of magic?
Well, I'm pretty sure you just, like, tell the orb what to do, and it does.
I mean, it doesn't always listen to us. I don't know. That sounds. I mean, I like that idea. It just might sound a little tricky. If we could get it to work, that's a sweet idea.
We'll figure it out, man. Okay.
Okay.
Listen, the orb doesn't like them. Okay, obviously, because the orb lit on fire when they were talking to it.
Yeah,
okay?
it definitely likes
It's
us
been happy
more.
with us this whole time.
Also, I had a thought with Trey. Remember how, like, Edgar thought maybe I needed to be there, or like something with me with the orb? Maybe it like freaked out because I wasn't there when you guys tried it.
I mean, maybe, but they were very distracted. I just think the orb. I mean, I wasn't even talking to the orb at all either. I just was telling them, you guys should maybe, like, focus here. I warned them, and then when Father Mort died, the only one who was, like, leading this thing, they just kept going
died?
for some reason. No, he didn't die. He lost his arm though.
Oh, I did hear about
No,
him
he got-
losing his arm.
Yeah, apparently the explosion blew his arm off or something. I'm not sure.
Holy crap!
I don't know. I'll figure it out.
We better get back to hammering.
But yeah, Edgar, I think he says he wants to make it up to us. It might actually be true. I'm not sure.
I mean, he probably does, but probably only because of the orb. If we didn't have the orb, would he care?
I don't know. He was talking to he was talking to me prior to him knowing about it.
Oh, okay.
So maybe.